Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon everyone. Let us start our session this afternoon with Umul Kitab Al-Fatiha. Welcome to the forum on the Candidates Manifesto and specifically this secretary session. My name is Hana Humaira and I will be your moderator for this session. As we all have heard, we are currently in the election phase to choose the future leaders for the 30th Enginius lineup. Hence, in this forum session, we have the opportunity to hear from the two candidates who are running for the secretary seat. So we have our first candidate, Sister Nur Alicia Safia, also known as Sister Alicia. Hi, Sister Alicia. How are you today?
Hi, Sister Hannah. I'm fine, thank you.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. For additional information, she was previously a secretary for the Presidential Council and has experience in handling secretariat documents in several programs. So, on to our second candidate, Sister Nurul Nakia, also known as Sister Nakia. Hi, Sister Nakia, how are you today?
Hi, Sister Hannah. I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So running for the election with her tagline, "Let's Rise Together," Sister Nakia was previously the co-chairperson for welfare bureaus and has several experiences as assistant program manager. So we have our Sister Alicia and Sister Nakia here. They are both already in the past lineups and wish to continue giving their contribution to engineers. So in this session, I will propose two questions to each of candidates for them to share their insight. So without further ado, I would like to ask my first question to Sister Alicia. So we know that you were already a secretary for the Presidential Council, right? And we know that Presidential Council itself is the subcommittee for the main board itself. So my question is, do you have any specific reason why you want to continue the secretary work and run for the secretary seat? Okay, I pass the floor to you, Sister Alicia.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. So mainly why I want to be in the main board of Secretary General, because I want to be in the main board of engineers. Why is it I want to be in the main board of engineers? Basically, because you can relate this with my vision, which is to expose our society among the students and inspire them to join the engineering student society. Actually, if you observe our kuliah, we can see that not every student is aware about our society. So, uh, this is because mainly most of them have no friends in the engineers itself. So, not all of them are exposed to our society. So, if I want to be in the main board of engineers because I want to expose our society more to the students, and so that they can know better of our society and they would know what position would be offered in engineers itself. So that's my main reason. And for the second reason is because, as our moderator mentioned just now, I am currently the secretary of Presidential Council, who works as the subcommittee and the main board itself. So I also have handled some documentation for few program as well under Presidential Council. And I also have be the person in charge of some of the secretary in the program from Presidential Council. Even though I have been a secretary for such a quite long time, but I still have a hard time to make a decision to be the to join the Secretary General seat, because um, it is hard for me to make a decision. So, uh, what makes me want to compete in this secretary general seat is because one of my friends said that I already knows the hardship of being a secretary. So I know how the works of the secretary, and and that person said I have the characteristic to be the secretary general. So why not proceed to join the secretary general of Enginius itself? So uh, because of my friends encourage me more, uh, that is why I proceed in joining secretary general seat. If my friends doesn't encourage me, I wouldn't be here. And I think that is the most main reason why I joined this secretary general seat. That is from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Alicia, for your exceptional answer. I think I agree that I think more exposure to the student about engineers has to be instilled, right? So, for the next question, I have for Sister Natia. So, you previously was the co-chairperson of welfare in the previous tenure, right? So, what makes you wanted to try to change the path to secretary? What is there any reason for that? So I pass the floor to Sister Nakia.
Thank you, Sister Hannah, for a very great question. Yes, it's true. This will be my first time running for Secretary General seat because my previous role is only as a co-chairperson of Welfare for Engineers 22 and 23. What drive me to try the secretary pass is the clear fact that during my time as co-chairperson, I learned a lot of new things. I got better at leadership skills, communication skills, and teamwork skills. But now I want something different, something that challenges me more, that can push me out of my comfort zone, which is why I decided something that can challenges me more, uh, and that's why I'm deciding to apply for this position. But questioning myself, why secretary and not vice president or as financial controller? So personally, I find myself more inclined and comfortable working as secretary. It involves a lot of documentation, which might pose a challenge for those uninterested. Yet I possess the willingness and patience to learn and making the secretary role enjoyable even under pressure. And moreover, I believe on the main board as a secretary offers me a slight advantage over my welfare role. And why do I say this? This is because being on the main board allows me to focus more on improving engineer systems and organization from past tenures, and it needs thinking and brainstorming about how to resolve existing problems to co-align with Kuliah of Engineering mission and vision. Hence, I feel this is my opportunity uh, for me to present my mission and vision so you all know why my objective and and to approach as the secretary for engineers main board. So one of my mission to accomplish my vision is to effectively manage engineers documentation. This involves ensuring meticulous organization, accessibility, and also sustained maintenance of crucial records for the benefits of current and future members. So I observed that an efficient and well-documented system is the backbone of any successful organization. So this realization sparked my interest in the secretary path. So in order to achieve more organized documentation from each council, so I propose to do some workshop or training to guide them to be secretary. So during this work, we as your future secretary will be sharing the details on how to do documentation, the format, the details, and anything that related to secretary job scope. Because I believe that if someone didn't have any experience to be secretary, they might feel lost at first because until there is someone guiding them. This approach is very important to avoid from the don'ts happen during documentation. Moreover, my concern is that most of the councils was not updating their program files at Google Drive. So for this tenure, my approach is I plan to check their filing details in Google Drive so that the documentation um, can be more organized, and that documentation can be used for reference for the next tenure. And it also can improve the better way for documentation for the next tenure. So the next approach is relating to replying email for proposal and program reports. I do need help from all of our all main board to work together to recheck this document in order to avoid late replying because it might cause a delay for councils to conduct program. So my approach is that whenever receiving proposal and program report, I don't need to remind main board to immediately recheck together so this problem can be avoided. So by doing this, I believe that efficient and well documented will lead to successful organization. So brothers and sisters, my second approach is to deliver concise and informative activity summaries nurturing comprehensive awareness among all members regarding the society's ongoing engagement and initiative. Because I believe that we live in a community that need support from each other and connect with each other. So in order to achieve goals together, um, so in order to achieve goal together, so lack of engagement with them will lead to failure from achieving our mission and vision. So I highlighted this matter is because uh, previously, I have faced difficulties to whom I need to reach if I need to ask, especially when I'm first year student, because at that time, I think there is not enough exposure for the students that still new to engineering, and I think there is still other first year students that didn't know about engineers information and who is representative of their respective problems that leading them to delay to resolve those matters. So to resolve it, I think I would like to make sure that all of the students of engineering are joining our KOE community in WhatsApp group and Telegram group. Other than that, I needed help from media engineers because they play a very big role to make sure all the information is being shared and being posted in all platforms for easier student to navigate the information. So media bureau for each council also need to be actively posting their activities and programs to attract more students to actively joining the activities, and they can directly make queries that related to each activity. Moreover, I think I need a help also from all engineers members to take a part to share the posters and by nurturing comprehensive um, so that students be more aware about engineer students. So by nurturing comprehensive awareness among all members regarding the society's ongoing engagement initiative, I believe that students will be more aware on what is really happened in engineer society. So, brothers and sisters, for my last mission is to address and resolve past tenure deficiencies, actively pursuing unmet targets and objectives to enhance the society's effectiveness and overall performance. So, basically, being secretary for main board is not just focusing on their job scope, but being secretary is also need to commit and contribute our ideas, time, and energy for our team. So basically, what I saw from past tenure, um, I saw that some councils are repeating the same program that can lead students to not interested to join the activities because there is no innovation for upcoming program. So my approach is during almanac presentation, each councils need to come up with the new ideas for conducting the activities for their councils. And if not possible, the department councils are preferred to come up with the ideas that related to their measuring, not just cycling recycling the ideas that have been done during past tenure. So by doing this, I think it will encourage students to be more interested to join various activities that engineers held. Last is I hope that by being a main board, we do need to have teamwork and don't let one of us burden with someone's work. And as Malay proverb, berat sama dipikul, ringan sama dijinjing. I think by refining my vision and mission, I believe I can successfully to achieve my objective on why I want to be secretary for the main board. And I looking forward to work with Sister Elisha and all the main board to achieve our vision and mission. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Nakia, for your detail and really great answer. So I like that you want to seek the new challenges by trying the secretary work because I think it is indeed very challenging. And also, I agree that you focus on improving the system by aligning them with the Kuliah's vision and mission because we sometimes forget to prioritize the Kuliah's vision and mission itself. So moving on to the second question for Sister Alicia. So my second question for you is, because I have read some of your manifesto. So my question is, how do you want to improve the quality of each secretary and the overall effectiveness of the Enginius member? So I pass the floor to Sister Alicia.
Okay, so I will respond to the first question, which is how I want to improve the quality of each secretary. So basically, we know that each council have their own secretary. So to handle the documentation of the council itself. So uh, not all of the secretary from the each council have the same background, which is not all of them have the same experience as a secretary, and some of them are new uh, to try secretary seat. So uh, because some of them never have the experience, uh, I want to guide them. We as the Secretary General want to guide them how to handle proposals, mini meetings, program reports, and other stuff that secretary need to handle, so that they they can gain knowledge on how to handle the documentation for their councils. So basically, uh, from my experience uh, as a secretary of presidential council before this, basically the first time I joined as a secretary, I don't know how to what details I need to put in the proposals, where can I find the minute meetings, such stuff. But after after we conduct the the presidential council training center, the this tenure secretary has exposed us about the folders in each councils. So that is when um, I know that where I found the materials for our documentation. So basically, I want to create a medium for communication between secretaries so that they can learn from each other and communicate with each other, and also we as the Secretary General can guide them together. So for this second question, that how I can improve overall effectiveness of the engineers members. From this tenure, they actually had created folders for each council so that they can update all the programs documentation, so the main boards can monitor the overall performance. But not all of the councils have update their folders, so we can see that we cannot monitor them over their performances. So that is not very effective, and we don't know that their that that their performance is good or not. So uh, in my opinion, if uh, if in next tenure I want to check their folders, I want to improve the I want to monitor one by one the council folders so that we can know that every every councils update their programs in each document so that we can know their performance is good or not. And uh, my second suggestion is to record the performance of each student's involvements, especially the subcommittee, so that we can know who have been giving their full commitments throughout this that tenure, so that we can know which of them have contributed the most, so that for the after tenure we can improve in what aspect we need to improve. That is why I suggest that we can record the performance of each student's involvement so that everyone did their work and contribute to their own councils. Basically, in my opinion, for this to be effective, I need the teamwork from each secretary of the councils to record the subcommittee performance in a documentation after the program has ended, so that the main boards can monitor the performance of the councils as for the councils and also the subcommittees. I think that is all for my answers.
All right, thank you so much, Sister Alicia. I think I understand your struggle when you were kind of, you said you were kind of lost when you started as a secretary's council, right? Because I was in the same shoes with you. And I like the idea of you wanting to create a medium of communication between all the secretaries, because I think that way we can enhance the efficiency of the working environment. So, okay, last question from me for Sister Nakia. And I have read your manifesto, right? And it said that you want to establish effective communication to engage more with the students. So, how do you do that? What is the difference between the engagement that we have right now, and what's the difference between the one that we have right now with yours? So, I pass the floor with you.
Thank you again, Sister Hannah, for the question. So, based on my manifesto, I would like to establish effective communication to engage more with the students. So, the purpose I am doing this is because I know not most of us are really care or are really know what is engineers all about and what is their roles, because we have so many councils here and divided by two councils, which is management councils and department councils. So each roles are different from each other. So that's the first thing. And second thing is they didn't really follow up what activities and didn't really take part with engineers activity. So why do I say this? I will give an example of my closest friend. So whenever I ask them about engineers program, they will find like it uninteresting and don't really care about engineers activities. So they only know about events like the Ingitex Bazaar because that's what caught their attention. So I conclude here that having activities that are interesting and resonate with them can help realize engineers' vision and mission. So this is not just responsibility of the secretary, but requires everyone, every engineers member to play a role. So if we create engaging programs, they will willingly get involved in ingenious activities. By issuing all of this problem, I think the another way to resolve is, I think we need to have better approach starting from first semester student, because they are the one that can continue our legacy to achieve this mission, this vision and mission. So when we have a better approach, like explaining the role of the engineer society that impacts the community, students will have a clearer understanding of what's going on and the goals of engineers wants to be highlighted. So not everyone sees being on the society's main board as the main source of marking significant impact on society, because they might not feel it is essential to be a part of engineers. So we can start this approach during the ta'aruf week, because at this time students are eager for knowledge and guidance through through their engineering journey, and it's suitable time for them to open up and get interested in participating in upcoming engineers activities. So my approach to students, especially first year students, is to emphasize the role of all engineers member in setting an example for their friends. And as the engineers main board, we need to work together to think of ways to spread information to all students. So one of my mission is to monitor the work of media team to ensure they make a posting. Additionally, we will require all members to share the posters and information on their social media. Um, while this approach has been which has been applied in past tenure, the difference is that we will make it mandatory for all engineers members to share the post, because based on my observation, not all members in the previous tenure help in sharing posters and information. So by doing this, students will be more acknowledged with the activities that engineers help, because I believe that we are lacking to um, engage student to participate activities. So I come up with this approach to make sure that we are all engaged with students in order to achieve the objective of the program itself. So this will benefit them and us to be more active student to joining our program in university, and automatically it will help them and us to boost their and our skills and knowledge about engineering. So furthermore, I think I will ensure the students to joining our WhatsApp group, so that they didn't miss out on the latest information, and keep this group active. So being a main board, we will make sure to consistently share the latest updates and important information, so student will trust and rely on this group. If anything happen, this will lead to avoid information. It will lead to avoid from misinformation that we will separate among our KOE students. So that's, I think, I want to emphasize that my approach is mainly focused on the first year students initially, and then extended to other students like second year, third year, and fourth year students. So these efforts require students' dedication and collaboration between the main board and other councils. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sister Nakia, for your insight. Yes, it is true that the engagement should be started with the first year and spread to all students, right? Not just the peers of the lineup. So I think the communication is not just important among the lineup, but it also important. It also applied to all the KOE communities. That's a very significant idea that you mentioned there. So thank you to both candidates for their insight. So we now have time for the questions from the audience. So you, sisters, brothers and sisters, you may ask in the chat box provided, and I will read it for you guys. So maybe could have one or two questions from the audience. Okay. So we have a question here from Auni Nasuha. How will you ensure that there will be no late submission for proposal and program reports for secretary? So this question, I'm really interested for both of you to answer this question. So we started for Nakia first.
Thank you, Sister Aunina Suha. I think to avoid the late submission, this is important to all secretary to know their job scope. As a secretary, and they should know the due dates for submissions. Maybe if they didn't know how the flow to be secretary, we as secretary, engineers member will do conduct training and workshop and explain further about what do's and don'ts for all secretary. So by doing this workshop, I think they will be more clear about what they are going to do and when they need to submit their reports and submissions. So this is co-aligned with my first mission. And we as main board also need to remind each councils, especially chairperson and co-chairperson, to update the progress of their proposal and program report. And I think by that there will be no late submission if everyone was take part to do so. And in addition, I think by jotting down the due dates for submission um, in sheets will be more will help me to be more aware of the due and easier for me to track and can directly ask for respected councils about their progress in order to avoid from the late submission. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Nakia. I think the tracking through sheets to avoid late submission is very interesting to apply later. How about Sister Alicia? Is there any ideas that you want to instill how to ensure that there will be not late submission for proposal and program reports?
Okay, so as we know, there will if we organize a program, there will be a plan of action that will be done by the program coordinator. So the secretary need to be aware that there is a deadline. It will be included in the plan of action as well. So I think the most important things is the secretary need to be aware of the deadline, because we know that the proposal submission need to be done 2 weeks before the program, right? Minimum. And the and they need to know that the proposals will is a um, how to say this, it takes a long time to it takes a long time to get an approval for proposal. So for me, I I personally will will finish my proposal a week before the deadline, so that I will not be late and I will get the approval a bit earlier than I expected. So for me, my suggestion is do your proposals uh, a week before what date that they give, that they set for the deadline, so that it won't make you late for the submission. That includes the program report as well. But for the program reports, you can make you can start making the program reports as soon as your program has ended, so that you won't drag the program reports after the program has ended. So I think the secretary need to be more disciplined about the deadlines and aware about the deadlines, so that no late submission for the proposals and program reports.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Alicia. I agree that it's really important to have a plan of action for secretaries because, as a secretary, it's really important to follow the duties and stuff. Okay, we have a second question from Nur Hidayatul Shakila. So, what will you do when you will have an exam tomorrow or any assignment which is due date is just around the corner, but suddenly you get a sudden word from engineers? So she asked, how will you manage this kind of situation? So maybe we can pass the floor to Sister Alicia.
Okay. So basically, this is what I've been facing in these few weeks, because I'm still handling programs right now as a secretary, and I also have midterms and quizzes next week. And the gap is quite packed for my schedule. But as my friend said, your your academic first, your work second. So basically, what I do is I will study first, but at the same time, try to make time to do your work, uh, do your engineer's work, uh, because it we should know our what should we prioritize in works. For example, if the works came first, but uh, you have an exam tomorrow or the next day, you can do the work first. Uh, if the work is not too much, but if the work takes a long time, try your best to study first and then do your work, because at the end of the day, our academic matters most before our curriculum. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Sister Alicia. I think that's a really good advice from your friend. Academic first, work second. Because we are a student, it's really important to know our priorities, right? So how about Sister Nakia? Is there any? What will you do when you are facing this kind of situation?
So, first and foremost, thank you, Sister Nur Hidayatul Shakila, for asking. So for me, if exams are around the corner and I suddenly find myself dealing with secretary duties, I would take a few steps to handle both things. First, I will figure out what needs to be done by checking how urgent the secretary tasks and how much time I need for studying. And if possible, I will ask for help from others to share the workload, such as I will ask Sister Alicia to help whenever I need it. And if Sister Alicia have the same problem with me, I will help her. So other than that, I would talk to the main board, to other main board, to let them know about my situation and see if they have any suggestion for managing both responsibilities. Um, Next, I will plan and organize my time. I would create a schedule that shows when I will focus on a secretary tasks and when I will study. And I will also try to find ways to do the secretary work more efficiently, so I can have more time for study. Because I know this is important, and I think this is important to stay in touch with the main board, with other main board, because and I think I will keep them updated on how things are going and ask for help if I need it. And I will also make sure everyone is informed to avoid any confusion. Lastly, I think um, I would take I would take care of myself and getting enough sleep and eating healthy foods, because it is very crucial for our health, right? And by following these steps, I believe that I can be a responsible secretary and still do well on my exams. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Nakia. Yeah, it's really important to have communication with your friend that you are working with, so they know when you are busy and stuff like that. So, as always, important communication is really important. So we have the third question from Sister Ainur Hanis. So, Sister Ainohanis asks, what do you want to do for the council that need to submit or update their proposals when they are unable to be contacted? So especially when there are joint program, as example the NG Text, because we have under NG Text we have several of programs. So how do you want to do to make sure this council is there to do their work? So I pass the floor to Sister Nakia first to answer the question.
Thank you, Sister Ayu Nurhanis. So basically, what I will do is, if one of my um, when if one of my colleagues didn't do their job, because uh, if they didn't do their job, I would first talk to them to understand what's going on. Like, I would like to PM her or him. So if it's a short-term issue, I might figure out together how to manage their tasks in the meantime. But if my colleague is missing for a long time, I would like to talk with other main board or with other work partner to see how we can help uh, each other. So we might share the workload, because it is important for everyone to talk openly about their challenges. And I also would keep our engineers president informed about what is happening. And because the key here is to work together and be understanding and find solutions so that we can keep things smoothly, even if someone is temporarily unable to do their usual tasks. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sister Nakia. Yeah, group work is really important. Thank you, Sister Nakia. So I pass the floor to Sister Alicia to answer the question.
Okay, so what I would do is first, same as Sister Nakia, I will personally message that person or find that person to ask regarding the problems uh, of why uh, they they are unable to be contacted or what the problems they are facing. So, if it is regarding the proposals, uh, I think what I can do is we can make uh, like um, one one meetings for all the secretaries for the programs, so that uh, they are aware of the submission date or the submission for the update proposals, so that not only their chairperson or co-chairperson knows about the submission deadline, but also the secretary as well, because we need we need teamwork among the councils. So if the co-chairperson or the chairperson cannot relay the message to their secretary, at least the secretary itself know what they need to do. And the main boards can contact the secretary uh, as well, not only the chairperson and co-chairperson. So I think uh, we need to uh, have communication between each council's member as well, so that uh, we have no gaps between the subcommittees and the engineers lineup, because sometimes we have this problem such as cannot be contacted because sometimes the co-chairperson and chairperson is not 100% free all the time. So at least if we have communication between the subcommittees and the engineers line up, we can at least contact the subcommittees instead of their chairperson and co-chairperson. That is all from me.
Okay, thank you, Sister Alicia, for answering the question. Yeah, it's very there should be no gaps between all the subcommittees and the main boards, right? It's really important to all the secretaries know their due works and stuff like that. So I think meeting with all the secretaries are a good idea. So is there any more question from the floor before we end the session? So maybe we can have one more question. Okay. So if there is no more question from the floor, worry not. You can. Oh, sorry. There's a one more question from Sister Murni. So, Sister Murni asks, "What is your aspiration and motivation in life?" Oh, that's a really interesting question. So I pass the floor to Sister Alicia to answer the question.
Um, what is my inspiration and motivation in life? First of all, thank you, Sister Murni, for your question. So basically, my motivation in life is to keep moving forward, because sometimes we don't know what will happen in the future. So what have been what has passed, just let it go, because we should we should take take the past as a lesson for us, but try to keep moving forward to improve ourselves to be better, because sometimes we need we need to look into the future before and not look back at our past. And one more thing is try to prioritize yourself more, because yourself is matter the most in your life. It's all from me, I guess. Thank you.
Inspiration and motivation in life. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry for the technical issue. Thank you, Sister Alicia, for your sharing. Yeah, I think it's really important that we prioritize ourselves, because when we usually very busy, we tend to prioritize our work but not ourselves, and that's really bad for our mental health, right? So, okay, I pass the floor to Sister Nakia to answer what is the aspiration and motivation in life. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sister Moni, for the question. So, what inspired me and what's motivate me to continue life is basically, I would say, thank you for my family because they are very supportive, and they are very supportive in whatever I deciding to do. Without them, I think I will cannot continue my journey. And thank you also for my friends because they are very help me in my hard time. And I think for my motivation to continue life is everything is all about mindset. So if you say that you can do whenever there is any challenges, so you still can do because your mindset is you say that you can do it. So basically, if you say you can do it, so just go move on with your life. And then I think that's all for me.
So thank you, Sister Nakia. Your mindset is really important. I think we ourselves need us the most to change our mindset. Okay, thank you, Sister Nakia. Is there any more question from the floor? So if there is no any more question, um, worry not. If you guys have any question, you can just directly connect with the candidates after this forum because they are really happy to entertain you guys with your questions. So thank you for both candidates for taking your time to share your manifesto and answering all of our questions today. I wish the very best for both of you. So brothers and sisters, we have come to an end for this secretary session. I encourage everyone to carefully consider the platforms of each candidate and make a wise decision when you vote. So let's have a break for 5 minutes before we proceed with the next session. With that, I end this session with thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please stay tuned for the next session for the Financial Controller 6 Forum.
Sorry. Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now we are moving on to the financial controller session. I am Anis Hanani and I will be your moderator for this session. Now let's get started. We have two distinguished candidates with us today, Brother Khairul and Brother Afiq, running for the financial controller seat. For First, let me introduce the first candidate, Brother Khairul Amali. Assalamualaikum, Brother Khairul. How are you?
Waalaikumsalam, Sister Anis. I'm good. How about you?
Okay, I'm good too. Thank you. He is currently the co-chairperson of Invention Bureau and has several experiences in handling programs. For our second candidate, Brother Muhammad Afiq. Is he here? Okay.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum, Brother Afiq. How are you today?
Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. He is currently the financial controller of MCTSA Council and has experiences handling few programs as a financial controller. So for this session, I will pose two questions to each candidate, allowing them to share their perspectives. Our first question goes to both candidates. What do you think is the most important character trait that a financial controller must have? Brother Khairul, we will start with you.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Before I start, let me introduce myself again. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Khairul Amali bin Hafid. And I'm second year first sem of Mechanical Engineering Department. And I'm here to give my speech about the question that have been given from Sister Anis. What do you think a character that's final controller must have? Okay, in my opinion, first of all, as a financial controller, the first main points of being a financial controller is detail in financial management. It is because as myself before, as a co-chairperson of Invention Bureau of Enginius also, the last tenure, I saw that as a financial controller within my department or my management council, it is in a narrow space of management. As I'm participating now in this position as financial manager, it will be spread into majority of the council, especially in management council and department council. As in department council, there are many FCs in within the department in the management council, and also there are also financial controllers in each department council. As examples, in MEXA, MCTSA, HSR, CHESTA, and as such. So the detail is we will, as financial manager, we will be faced with a lot of debit and credit, especially, and thus, in striving for the details in financial management, especially, thus we can smoothly going deep into the financial controller, and thus it will help as a financial controller to engage in this society. The second one is especially as a person that will handle the finance of especially in Kuliah of Engineering. Thus we must be as if I win, let's say for example, I need especially me, I need to be careful in managing the money as and not take it for granted. I think that's all from me. And the first characteristic of financial controller must have is the first one is the detail in managing financial management, and the second one is we need to be careful in managing it. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Khairul. Now, Brother Afiq, your thoughts on the same question.
Thank you, Sister Anis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh for everyone. So based on my preference, I think the character that a financial controller must have is he or she needs to have a strong leadership and communication skills. What I mean is strong leadership is crucial for someone who needs to manage an organization. If they have strong leadership, they will be able to gain the trust of their members to give command or instruction. So from my past experience as a financial controller, I learned that strong leadership skills are necessary to guide, motivate, and manage team effectively. Not only that, effective communication is very essential for financial controller to articulate financial information clearly to various stakeholders. And this includes presenting financial reports, explaining complex concepts, and collaborating with non-financial staff or executive. So by having these two important skills, manage financial operations, foster teamwork, and maintain alignment between financial objective and bigger organizational goals successfully. And for me, financial controllers must be leaders since they regularly manage financial teams and guide the course of an organization's financial strategy. So, a successful leader in this position stimulates and motivates their teams, develops clear goals, efficiently assign works, and provides support in complex financial decision making processes. Not only that, for me, financial controller must be able to successfully interact with a wide range of stakeholders, including department heads, auditors, and external parties, such as investor or regulatory authorities. Clear and concise communication is essential to deliver complex financial information in an understandable manner. Not only that, this includes giving financial facts, discussing financial strategy, debating budgets, and explaining the financial consequences of decisions. So, as we all know, effective communication fosters transparency and trust and ensure that everyone involved understands the financial ramifications of their actions, enabling a collaborative approach to financial goals. So, last but not least, strong communication skills are also advantages in cross-functional collaboration. Why? Why I say this? Because it is financial controller regularly work with non-financial departments to discuss financial implications and collaborate on aligning financial strategies with bigger organizational goals. And this collaboration ensure that financial decisions support the broader aims of the organization and contribute to its growth and size. In essence, strong leadership and communication skills enable financial controllers to effectively lead their teams, align financial strategies with organizational goals, and foster cross-department collaboration, all of which contribute to sound financial management and overall organizational success. I think that's all from me for the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Afiq. Great insights from both candidates. I also believe that leadership and communication skills, as well as being detailed, are the most important characteristic for a leader to have. Now, let's move on to our second question. As a financial controller, what are your goals for the upcoming tenure? Brother Afiq, you can start this time.
Thank you, Sister Anis, for the questions. Okay. Basically, I have three goals for the upcoming tenureships. The first one is to initiate partnership development. Second is to implement transparent financial reporting. And lastly, I want to empower engineering society with vital financial knowledge. So back to my first goal. I want to initiate a partnership with alumni and local businesses. This is one of the ways to secure sponsorship, donation, or in-kind contribution that supports the society's initiative. As we all know, we have an alumni who is currently working at Intel Penang, who is Encik Ahmad Rafiq Ibrahim as Director Intel Validation Engineering. So through networking that we are going to build, I do believe that we can secure sponsorship, as we all know that Intel is such a well-known company that can provide a good industrial visit to committees and students. And not only that, I do believe that if we are able to build good networking, it could enhance and support the initiatives that we are going to implement by Enginius. So, based on my previous experience as a financial controller, we have been working hand in hand with the communication authority to find the partnerships. And to maintain the networking that we have built, we still contacted our partnerships such as our alumni and small companies just in case we want to work together in future. Hence, I do believe that by developing a strong partnership and relationship with the sponsors, it will be able to increase the smoothness of the working progress. Next, my second goal is I want to ensure transparent financial reporting. It would be such a pleasure if we could implement a transparent financial reporting system that is accessible to all society members. By doing this, we can ensure our financial statements, budgets, and expenditure reports are readily available for feedback. And not only that, we can also see the money progress and the flow of the financial. For me, this initiative has been implemented since the previous tenure, as I was one of the financial controller for our previous tenure. I will say this implementation is very essential for us, and it gives a lot of positive impact to us as we are able to analyze the flow of finance. With that, I chose to keep this implementation by doing some improvement uh, on certain areas. Some of the improvement that I would like to address are I want to create a new atmosphere among the members, because in our previous tenure, our WhatsApp group did not receive great support from the members as they prefer to text personally instead of asking in group. So therefore, for the upcoming tenure, I want to ensure all of the members would be comfortable to chat in the group, as others might also give a hand about the current situation. Hence, it is crucial to build a strong and good relationship among the members. Next, accessibility for software such as Google Sheets needs to be given for every financial controller for each councils. Why? Because by doing so, each financial member is able to keep track of their financial status by giving updates and managing it more efficiently. And not only that, member also can be beneficial from this implementation as they are able to oversee the progress for each council member in a more strategic manner. Therefore, I do think that ensuring transparent financial reporting is vital in enhancing the efficiency of our organizations. And last but not least, the third goal that I want to achieve is to empower engineering society with vital financial knowledge. As I know, we will have a delegation session with the past tenure to gain more knowledge about financial controller to manage the finance, and an exposure will be given to all of the members about the do and don'ts that financial controllers need to have in order to be a great financial controller. And not only that, by providing training for each of the members, this can enhance their proficiency of working. By receiving a lot of guidance and exposure from our past tenure, each of the financial members can take advantage to be more progressive and manageable in managing their finance. not only can we emphasize the mandatory mistakes that we need to avoid in the final reports, but we also are able to know about the consequences if there is an error. So this financial exposure is very important for every individual who needs to be skilled and know the flow of financial management. For example, for refunds, the use of claim receipts, budget collaborations with other councils, sponsorships, and do and don'ts in financial management organizations. So after all, these are three goals that I wish to achieve and implement if I were to be chosen to be the next financial controller. Thank you for this opportunity. And last but not least, united, we achieve the extraordinary. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your insights, Brother Afiq. I'm interested in the idea to keep the networking with outside companies. So moving on, now Brother Khairul, your goals for the upcoming tenure.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, today I will explain based on my manifesto poster. The first goals that I was intended to go for is fully immerse in the position and to truly experience all it has to offer. My elaboration for these points is as a financial controller, which is something new for me, as I was in university level before as a co-chairperson of Invention Council in management, and thus I will keep on communicating and building networks to all of especially in the last tenure, and also a great thankful for my brothers who is an alumni of this university, IIUM, majored in TASL, teaching Arabic as second language. He is also managed to fulfill the position of financial controller in his kuliah, which is the I mean the education kuliah. Thus, I will keep on immersed in the position. First point, and the second is truly experience all it has to offer, especially when it comes to something new for me. The second one is secure the funding. I'm sorry. The second is secure the funding, hopefully with the weapon of dua and plenty of hard works, increase it. Inshallah, if I manage to get the position of financial controller, I wish all the best to myself, especially to increase. I mean, like increase, increase the financially majorly, and also improving myself by learning from the past mistakes or that comes from myself, my mistakes. And inshallah, the weapon of dua is also crucial for us as a Muslim in international Islamic universities, of course. We must excel ourselves in succeeding everything that need to be done in our life, especially with dua. As Allah said in Al-Quran, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمُ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Allah said in Al-Quran, pray for me, I will grant it for it. That's it. And the last one, but not least, is broadening the networks, as it will eventually lead sponsorship that can be beneficial to Kuliah of Engineering community. As I said earlier, I will um, expose myself to the community and also the past tenure, and also everyone that has the experience and also the knowledge of the financial controller, and I will ask for their advice, especially to ask for advice for the networks building, as it will eventually leads me to become a better financial controller, inshallah. I think that is all the goals from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Khairul. Thank you both for sharing your perspectives. I trust that you will successfully attain your objectives. Now, it's time for the Q&A session. Viewers, please feel free to drop your questions in the comment section. We will address as many as we can before moving on to the next question. Okay, there are a few questions coming up. Okay, so for the first question from Brother Muhammad Sakif, being a financial controller isn't an easy responsibility. What do you think the most effective time management and on balancing academic and curriculum? I think this one, Brother Cairo, can start first.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Brother Sakif, for the questions. As I know, it's the last tenure financial controller of this Enginius XXVII. As I remember, for the question, being a financial controller isn't an easy responsibility. I would say yes, because uh, um, regards of every positions that you are in, it is a very responsibility, and you will take accountability of every members or every departments that will serve under you. So thus, the most effective time management, in my opinion, I would like to state schedule management is very crucial, especially on this one. As an engineering students, it is hardly unmanageable how our schedule was as an engineering student, especially. Thus, I think by scheduling the time and also consult to every lecturers or consult in every advisors of each for engineers, we have advisors also, if I remember correctly, which is Kak Shu. Thus, we need to like ask for advice and also manage our time wisely. That's all from me. I'll pass to Brother Dafiq.
Thank you, Brother Khairul. So with your answers, so in my opinions, for the Brother Sakif questions, being a financial controller is the easy responsibility. So basically, for me, is time management is very important if we are in duty. So when it comes to managing my time effectively, I like to keep things organized. And first, I make a schedule or to-do list for the day, so I know what tasks I need to focus on. And prioritizing is key, so I tackle the most important things first. If something is too big, I break it into smaller, more manageable parts. So I also set aside specific times for different activities like engineers tasks or studying for exams, quizzes, and so on. So having a routine helps me to stay on track. And besides, another way that I do to minimize distraction is when I'm working on something, I try to stay away from things that might take my attention away, like my phone or social media. So these ways help me to focus better and get things done faster. So I think that's from my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Khairul and Brother Afiq. I understand how important it is to consult and keep focus for us. For the second question, okay, from Brother Aiman Hafiz, how can you manage if one of your colleagues is missing, like they didn't do their job because they're busy for other commitment outside the engineer's job scope? And what did you do to overcome the scenario? I think this question, Brother Afiq can start first.
Okay, thank you, Sister Anis, for the question, and Brother Aiman Hafiz for the questions. So how can you manage if one of your colleague is missing, like they did not do their job because they busy for other commitments outside the engineer's jobs? This is a very interesting question for me. So if one of my colleagues couldn't do their job because they were busy with some things outside in the engineers, I will first talk to them to understand what's going on, like heart-to-heart sessions. If it's a short-term issue, I might figure out together how to manage their tasks in the meantime. But if my colleague is missing for a long time, I will talk with the other main boards to see how we can help each other out. And we might share the workload because it is important for everyone to talk openly about their challenges and problem maybe. And I also would keep our engineers presidents informed about what's happening. So the key here is work together, connection to communicate each other, and be understanding and find solutions so that we can keep things running smoothly even if someone is temporarily unable to do their usual tasks. I think that all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Afiq. So, Brother Khairul, your opinion on this question?
Inshallah, if I can manage to answer the question. The question asks if one of my colleague is missing and didn't do their job because busy of other commitment. Um, in my opinion, as I said earlier, just for the in the first question, I just said do not take things for granted, especially it is because as I seen during my university journey, I saw that some students are having so much commitment in society, especially they go here and there and do this and that, but unfortunately, they couldn't manage their time, and as a result, they will take apart from the commitment that they should have commit, and thus it is my responsibility, especially when it comes to one of my colleagues did not give the commitment, by facing them one to one, especially, and give some advice, and let them have reflections on if they can as actually if they can take the responsibility of the, and I will not force them to do this and that, and instead I will help him or her to do the job. Okay, I think that's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Brother Khairul. Again, communication is the key, right? So, for next question, any more question? Okay, we have third question here from Brother Muhammad Alif Iqmal. What will your extra effort to reach first year students and get them to involve in any engineers activities? I think I think this one we can start with Brother Khairul again. Are you okay
Yeah,
with that?
yeah. As for this question, thank you, Brother Alif Ikmal, for the questions. I think the question is very crucial, and like especially the most frequent asked questions in between the first year students, especially how I will give my extra effort to reach the first year students. Inshallah, I will address some programs, or I will address some ideas, and due to the responsibility as financial controller, is the main thing is the problem solver. Thus, I will try to address some ideas, and I think like propose a programs to reach for the first year students, and give them like a games activities or something that will give them exposure to the engineers especially. And also I will like um, in my in my opinion, as I am an outspoken person, um, hopefully it will not like um, give negative feedbacks from others. I will like try to approach every first year students, especially to involve in engineers activities, and as such, as we know that there are many students that did not know about the all the engineers programs, especially for the first year students. And also, unfortunately, in second year, third year, and final year also, they did not know. So I would like to emphasize the extra effort to not only the first year students, but also to the second, third, and final year students. That's it from me.
Okay, thank you, Brother Khairul. So, Brother Afiq, your opinion on this question?
Okay, thank you for Brother Alif Ikmal for the questions. What will your extra effort to reach first year students and get them to involve in any engineers activities? So to make sure the first year students to join engineers activities, I will do help a few things. And firstly, I will help. I think other members will create group WhatsApps and Telegram for special for engineers, like engineers community and so on, and also WhatsApp groups. So I will help them if to forward the viral message for any programs in that platform. So this can easily to make they stay updated. And working with our social media teams, I will make sure information about events is everywhere, and I will ask all engineers member to share it with their first first year friends and other friends. So personally, I personally talk to first year students either through emails or one-on-one chats to learn what they are interested and if they have any questions. And this way, I think I can make sure they feel included and excited to join any other engineers activities or program. And the goal is to create a friendly and supportive atmosphere to encourage all first year students to be part of engineers. So I think that's all that I can do to make sure first year students get involved in engineers activities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Afiq. Thank you, Brother Khairul. So, it is good if we can communicate well with the first year students, right? So, um, the first question here, kind of is interesting question since we all can relate with this. What will you do when you are burnt out? So maybe Brother Afiq can start.
Thank you for the questions. So what will I do when you are burn out. Okay. In my opinion, if I burn out, I think I will let myself to rest, to have a good rest for a while before continuing doing works. But to avoid and to reduce to feel burnout, I might list down all the works that I am going to do, and I will manage what to do first. So for financial controller, we work in partner. So I hope and I'm looking forward to work with Brother Khairul Amali to dividing our work fairly. And if one of us is burnt out, we do need to communicate each other and help each other whenever possible. So and if any problems happens, we can share with anyone that we rely on, so that maybe can share some advice for us to feeling more motivated and motivated than before. Thus, by doing this, I think it can help me to make work smoother, and it can reduce my risk to feel burnt out during duty or doing something. I think that all that I will do if uh, I will burn out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brother Afiq. So, Brother Khairul, your answer for this question?
Okay, thank you, Brother Aiman Hafiz, for I guess the second question from you. What will I do when I'm burned out, especially? I don't know, is this question related to that, to the reality life or the Islamic perspective? So I will answer for the both perspective. In the reality lives, it is crucial for us to communicate with others, and also like find someone that we trust, to express our feelings, or express our problems, as it will. As for my opinion, as I did that, especially I did the expression to my family, I will feel like in a good way they will give some advices that I will take it and not take it for granted, and also I will leave the negative feedbacks also and take it as the lessons for me to do better. That's in reality perspective of lives. For the Islamic perspective, either you are burning out too much. For us as Islamic student, we need uh, to be frank, balik pada Allah lah, to back ourselves to Allah, of course, like fixing our salat maybe in books, Ihya Ulumuddin, stated by Imam Ghazali, the best way to fix our akhlak is to fix our salat. So in easy way to resisting burning out is fixing our salat, and also reciting Al-Quran. And I guess that is the what do I can say, it is the controversial ways to avoid burning out. Uh, it is okay to just like reciting not a page but only 3 or 4 verses of Quran, and look at the tafsir, as I did in my daily life. As I'm already lost, I will take the Quran and just randomly open a page, and I will take the one tafsir, and unexpectedly it's like a hidayah, when you open a tafsir, you will get the answer. Like it is like a miracle for me, but I think you all should try for it, as if you will burn out eventually. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Khairul, for your insights in Islamic perspective. So, do we have any more questions on the floor? No. If there's no more question, then I want to thank you all for your participation by asking the questions. We appreciate your engagement and encourage you to connect with the candidates directly after the forum. Okay, so as we end this session, I want to express our gratitude to Brother Khairul and Brother Afiq for participating. Your insights have been valuable and we appreciate your commitment to serving the community. Viewers, remember your voice matters in this process. Stay informed and most importantly, exercise your right to vote. Stay tuned for the next session where we will have the manifesto dissection by our new Vice President too. Let's have another 5 minutes break before our last session. Have a wonderful evening. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome back. We're honored that you've stayed with us. I'm Izzatul Balkis, and I will be your MC for the last session of today's event. Now, we're about to continue our session for Manifesto Dissection this afternoon with our one and only, the new Vice President 2 of Enginius 30, Sister Nik Ilham Zulaika, or better known as Sister Ilham. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, before I invite our main character for this last session, allow me to provide a brief introduction of her esteemed background and accomplishments. So, Sister Ilham is currently the main boss of External Affairs Bureau of Enginius for 2 consecutive years. Beside coordinating a flagship program of IOM, which has been awarded with multiple recognition from the university, she also actively participates with many more societies in IOM, such as Chitra, Mahala Aminah Representative Committee, and many more to come. Her never-ending seeking experience lifestyle now will start again in a new journey of Enginius 30 with a new adventure and new members. Without further ado, I would like to invite Sister Ilham to present her manifesto for this tenureship. Please welcome. So sorry, Sister Ilham, we couldn't hear you.
Uh,
Okay.
Hello. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed again. Thank you, Sister Baki. So, Assalamualaikum and hello to everyone. My name is Mila Hamzulaika. So, right now, let's proceed to my manifesto. So, as a role of vice president. So, basically, Engineers isn't just a community, but it's hub of future leaders, innovators, and problem solvers. So, as your vice president, my commitment is to lead with purpose, to build a unity, and address student concern comprehensively. So, in the world of technology, leadership is not just doing program, project, and so on, but it is all about shaping your future life. With that, I propose the establishment of an annual leadership symposium, which is this event will bring in industry pioneers to share experience, challenges, insight, and guiding us to navigate the evolving technologies. By understanding the broader context in this event, we can inspire leadership at every level and push the boundaries of innovation. So let's imagine that we are sitting in a symposium where a successful engineers alumni shares how they tackle real world challenges. So this is not only motivate us but also provide the truth in effective leadership strategies. Because for me, every person in this world are a leader, but how how they contribute or tackle to society and the environment. So for making a better connection and communication with students, committees, and staff, we need to beautify the line up first. So I hope this event can open our minds that leadership can change your life a better place. So next, I will discuss in solving student problems, which is we all know that every students have different difficulties from health, from mental issues, from academic. So having a strong support network is important. So my idea is to establish a student support hub, which would be a centralized platform providing mental health service, academic mentoring, and a reporting system for various issues. So this hub will be ensure a proactive approach to addressing student issue and building a caring community. So it considering creating area where students may report issue like getting in touch with peer mentors for help with their studies and contact mental health resources. So this is what hub become a go-to resources. So ensure that no student feels alone in their journey at the campus. So that's all about the students' issue. So let's talk about how I will handle my team. So that there are three concepts that I will talk about with this. So first one, declaring that transparent, um, honest and collaborative communication is the basis of a strong team. So I intend to create an atmosphere that values open communication and the polite exchange of ideas so that we can know each other better in order to create a culture of continuous improvement, regular feedback meeting, so we can help every week or every month so that we know each other if they have problems or issue in their study whatsoever so that we can know each other better. So following that, it also trust must be a foundation of strong bonds. Without communication, without trust, we can have communication. So bonding is strengthen our collective spirit. I will do trust building projects in order to encourage an environment where team members are free to express themselves and take a chance. So we will engage in team building activity that encourage collaboration and create a positive and friendly environment. So that's all for two concepts. So the last one is a successful. So after you doing the program, the project and so on, what you working up. So we have a successful in complete that project and program. So what is success? Success is a team effort every accomplishment, so they deserve to be recognized. So I am going to put in place a system of routinely praising both wishes at the individual or team. So in order that we can create the culture that praise the success. So we will organize special events and activity for teamwork to strengthen our bonds and create unforgettable experience. So in conclusion, our potential is limitless. So by embracing visionary leadership, building strong bonds, and addressing student concern, we can create a community that not only excel academically, but also support the holistic development of each member. So in my role as a vice president, I am dedicated to cultivating a team where each member feels valued, empowered, and connected. Through visionary leadership, open communication, and a strong focus on team bonding, I am confident that we will achieve greatness together. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Ilham, for your sharing. I love how you're not only focused on the leadership part, but also bring up about the student as well as your teams. Because being the student leaders, our life doesn't revolve around us only, right? So how much you care about others really affecting your growth as a whole during your tenureship. And listening to your goals really convinced me that your presence as the members of the new lineup will be impactful for the students, inshallah. So now, brothers and sisters, we are now question from the audience. So you may write it in the chat box provided. Okay, so we have the first question from Brother Azri Rafiq. So you are a student, MRC, and now VP2 of Enginius. How do you want to handle your workload so that you have a good time management balancing between academic and core curriculum?
Okay. Okay, for general, before we manage balancing time, academy, and curriculum, so we have to know ourselves first. So we need to know weakness and strong. so that we can manage balancing between academy and curriculum. So what I do first, I will make sure I am a good place for a while so that I can contribute with MRC and VP2. So MRC and VP2 is the general our in general my work. So make sure my situation is very natural so that I can do both. So if you know what I want to handle my workload, I will make sure my situation is a very uh, control so that can, I can to think about next what I want to do, which is MRC or VP2. So that's how I'll handle the workload.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Ilham. I really agree with your statement that we need to be in a balanced, a neutral situation first. Because if not, we're not going to make a good decision, and it's not only affecting ourselves, but the team as a whole, right? Okay,
Yes.
so the second question we have from the same person. It's really curious about you, this one. So, how do you want to manage your work and life balance? Don't you think you will be burdened with a lot of work or assignment and don't have time for yourself? Okay.
Okay. How I manage the work and life balance. So basically, you have 24 hours in our life. So sometimes, maybe when I go to class, it's my life. My lifetime. It's time to me to do alone, to be alone. So in 24 hours, I sleep 7 hours or 6 hours per day. So before that, I make sure the assignment and the work, I will balance 50-50 so that we manage between work and life. Life, you can go to my concept is 50-30-30. So 50, mostly you can divide by work, whatsoever, work and assignment. So 30-30, which is 30 is about life, 30 again about health. So 30 is about sleep, your illness or whatsoever. And 30 more is about life. Life is your choice for with other people and go gather with friends and eat with a partner or whatsoever. So and 50 more is a work and assignment. So you can balance it with you go to ratio that. So it's not about you can burn out at any time. So you know your strength, you know your weakness. So if you go beyond the limit, you have to rest. So when you rest, you have the charging the energy again. So that's my that's my schedule in my life. So this is how I manage work and life balance. That's all.
Thank you, Sister Ilham. I really like your way of scheduling your days every day, 50, 30, 30. Really should apply that for myself. Okay, so next question, we have the third one from Brother Muhammad Sakif. What do you foresee as your biggest challenge in undertaking the position of Vice President 2, and how will you tackle the obstacle?
Okay, about biggest challenge. Mm, about biggest challenge is too many things. So I will pick one from my manifesto again. Is a communication, which is a communication is biggest challenges in undertaking a position vice pres, because if you didn't have good communication, which is how you distribute the task, how you manage the task you're giving. So you are being being hard. So how I will tackle the obstacle? I will ask many times if they give to me. So if I don't understand, I will ask again and again. So it's a bit annoying, but if I don't understand how I want to give a instruction for the to my team, so in this the way of my to take these challenges.
Okay, understood. I really agree with that as well, because there's no such a thing like a silly question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important for you to really understand your task so you can execute the task effectively and with the quality. Okay, so I think we can have another question from our Vice President one, Brother Irfan Zainuddin. How do you value the bonding between Enginius members and the structure of your organization? And does it as important as the work ethic of your organization? Boy.
For me, yes, it is important. It's too important for me because I'm an extrovert person. So
Mhm.
when you didn't have any bonding with engineers member or organization, how you can do the work? If you're introvert, maybe yes, maybe you can do it alone and ask when it need. But me, I need to talk a lot, talk a lot, talk a lot, and when I have to talk, I need to person that I need to talk. So how can I can work with that situation there someone cannot be talk and cannot bond with me and not understanding how my situation. So uh, I very need the bonding among engineers member and organization, which is they are important for me as any task. Also, without them, I cannot do the task given. Like program, we need to have a Specta, Preptech, PC, PM, APM, FC, whatsoever. They are really need to bond. If they didn't bond, you cannot do the program. It's no such thing program. There's no bonding. So for me, bonding is something that you know each other, you express the bond is friendship each other. So when you have it, you can do the work like happily, friendly, you in a good term, so that you didn't have any such as a bad influence in your heart whatsoever. So it is really important for me to have this bonding in work in the organization. So that's all.
Thank you, Sister Ilham. So knowing you, I can't convince everyone as well because you're really introvert, you're really extrovert, and you really like value the bonding between the team, and it's really important as it's not only about us, it's about
Yes.
all of us. So in the
Yes.
terms of members of engineers, it's like buy one free nine.
Yes.
It's always us together. It's not only about us. Okay.
Yes.
So I think we can take one last question. Is it okay with you?
Yes. It's okay.
Okay. So the last question from Brother Sakif. How will you handle differences of opinion with your team?
Okay. Handle differences of opinion, which is I also cannot handle these differences, but I make it like like this election you need to take a majority. So which is differences opinion, which is maybe this team agree with that, but this team not agree with that. So we need to think the backup plan so that when the um the other thing, team A and team B disagree and agree, which is a same value. So we need to think a little bit in front of that opinion. Like can say proposal, which is proposal. You need to do this date, but this team not agree with that with this date. So when can do this, so we need to simplify why they didn't disagree with this, why they disagree with this date and so on. So why why they agree with this date. So we need to simplify. We need to they explain a little bit why, so that we know which one is better. So that's my opinion about the difference. Okay.
Again, it's really important to consider everyone's in any
Yes.
situation, as well as consider their opinion as well, because we are a different person. So we have a different opinion, a different view. So it's important to discuss together and decide together as a team, right?
Mm.
Okay, so I think there is no question anymore from the audience. But again, if you have any other question that might come to your mind later, you can feel free to reach us out and our vice will be happy to respond. Okay, so brothers and sisters, now we have come to the end of our event today. So we would like to say thanks again to Sister Ilham, committees backstage, and to all audiences for your time. And friendly reminder to all students that all votes matter, and don't forget to cast your vote physically on 30th until 50th December, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. every day at Enginius Meeting Room E1, Level 2. So the guidelines of the voting have been emailed to all of you, and do review those before coming to the venue. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Let us end our session today with Tasbih Kafarah and Suratul As. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.